Привет, друзья! Меня зовут Эрик. Добро пожаловать в мой канал. Welcome. I am nowhere near fluent. I've been studying that sentence not to stumble, but I am just getting into the swing of really sitting down and studying Russian. But I figured if you're new here, thank you. A lot of you guys have actually come from the Countryside Corner interview I did the other day with Aaron Feenstra, the Canadian who moved out here with 9 of his kids. So heck of a journey that they took to get here, but I am extremely blessed to be able to have the opportunity to talk with him, give him some insight on where I'm at. I've now been maybe 5 times at various times in my life ever since I met my beautiful wife Polina, but wanted to give you guys maybe a short, try to keep a condensed version of a little bit about me, who I am, my thought process, like our game plan now that we have since moved out to Russia, and yeah, see if that clears up some questions that you guys had. I know a couple of you guys were asking like the visa situation or housing, how that's going to work or what we're looking to do. So hopefully this will shed some light on all of that, or at least some of it. And if I don't clear something up, let me know in the comments. Happy to make plenty of videos concerning any topic that's top of mind. So first things first, the plan right now is we want to get an apartment, preferably an apartment versus a house. I feel like an apartment makes more sense for us for the beginning because we're not going to be very car centric while we're in Russia. So it makes a complete sense to try to stick to something in or around where we're at right now, which is great for convenience. Everything that I need is within a very short walking distance. The issue is the interest rates are so high in Russia, at least to get a loan as a foreigner, that I would be looking at double digit rates like 15-16%. So it's preferred to pay all cash. Now that will take quite a while to save up for, but it will make the most sense from a like logical standpoint whenever we consider taking out or getting a property. So for now, we're staying with my wife's parents just to save up a little bit of funds, and then eventually whenever we have enough, we will then be able to buy an apartment. So that might take a while, but no biggie. No one's complaining. I'm just happy that we're here, honestly. And in terms of renting versus buying, a couple people asked like, would you prefer renting first and then buying? Absolutely. I think that would be the alternative if we didn't have the opportunity to stay with family for the time being. So we would rent for a couple months, even a couple years, to get a better gauge on if we even like it here, and then eventually go all in and buy a house or buy something all cash would be preferred. I've usually been a bigger fan of having little to no recurring payments if possible. So to me, buying makes a ton of sense, but obviously making sure that it is something that you want to do first before you go all in and pay a lot of money for a property or an apartment, that would be preferred. And that hopefully that makes sense. Now, in terms of the other question that people are asking, like visa. So again, as mentioned, my wife is Russian, so that helps tremendously in getting the visa situation figured out, because we have a multiple entry visa or private visa, and it's extremely convenient because I can be in the country for 6 months at a time. I would then cross borders and come back, and the visa resets. A lot of people don't have that luxury. They might have a work visa where you might be a teacher or an English teacher, or you might teach something in school. If you have a specialized skill, that would be ideal so that you can come in through that visa. The tricky part with a work visa is you're tied to that one company. The way I understand it is that you have to work for that one company under that visa, and if you change jobs, you have to reapply, potentially even leave the country, get that visa situated, and then come back under that new company through that work visa. So a little bit of a challenge there. And then there's your standard tourist visa where you can come here for 1 to 3 months at a time, anything like that. And I'm sure that's getting a little bit stricter now because of the recent events in Moscow. So it's a little less easy to get a visa, I'd imagine. I don't work in immigration, but this is just what I'm hearing through communicating with other expats or people that work in the immigration centers. That's what the message is being. It's a little tougher. Now, that said, one thing that we recently learned is if you're planning on being here for more than 2 weeks, and this is really important, if you're planning on being here more than 2 weeks, you need to register yourself with the immigration office that you are here, so that you're not going to be an undocumented immigrant, because we had to pay a fee because we had been here like 2.5 weeks, and we had just then learned about this rule. It had been in place since like 2006. Never realized that was a thing. So this trip, we paid maybe 2,000 rubles, something of that nature, and that's for every single person that's undocumented. So if you have a larger family, make sure the second you come in, or even before, you get that process started so that you are registered within those first 2 weeks. So just a note there. Now, that's the bulk of it. And then as far as the other visa that I just remembered, there is something called a golden visa or an investment visa for the rich people out here that have $250,000 laying around and want to get a fast track visa. You can get what's called a golden visa, where you buy property, I believe in excess of $250,000 US dollars. Could be changing. Laws here change quite frequently, so that's what I'm aware of that it is, but again, that can change at any moment. That's that. I hope that gave some clarity, but again, thank you so much. If you're new here, stay a while, drink some kvass, let's go to the banya together, and or the dacha, wherever you want. And I would love to connect with others. I'm currently in Yaroslavl. I know a ton of you guys are in Moscow or St. Petersburg or surrounding cities like Nizhny Novgorod. I think that's really cool. I think there's a really cool opportunity for many of us to stay connected in some capacity. So if you want to connect with me, feel free to reach out to me via email in the comments. I have social media, but preferably email and YouTube is the easiest. I check it the most often. I might check Instagram once a month. So if you want to get connected, I would love that. I would love to chat with others who are also coming here from abroad or are English speaking and just connect in some capacity. I think it's really cool to be able to learn from other people that have been here for a while or are considering the move. It would be awesome to maybe shed some light or be the person that can provide a little bit of a perspective for you in your day-to-day. So I appreciate the time. Thank you so much. If you're not already subscribed, please do that. That helps me out tremendously. And consider liking, commenting, hitting some buttons, and follow Aaron Feenstra if you're not already. He is a great guy. Definitely has a ton of courage to be able to move from Canada all the way over here to Russia. So I appreciate him greatly. And thank you so much. God bless. Stay tuned.